Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to be discussing the Fidelity and Guarantee Retirement Pro Annuity today, and along with a couple other features going on with Fidelity and Guarantee right now. I'm glad that you could join us this morning. We'll try to keep this to right about a half an hour in total length on the webinar itself. If you do have questions along the way, go ahead and get those typed in. We'd be glad to get those taken care of for you. This is Matt Tour. I'm at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We'll be joined by Ryan Snyder here in a few minutes. And Ryan is the VP of National Accounts at Fidelity and Guarantee. So he's done a great job with the company. So we'll be going out to him eventually. And we'll be starting off with some information we're offering on some special programs that IAMS is offering at this time. We're going to do our referred producer program. That is where you can earn additional dollars based on referrals. We pay you a $50 fee when your referral gets contracted. Then you'll receive a 20 BIP override on their business. So if you have a referral that does $1 million, you'll get $2,000 that year for that referral. And any business they do from that point forward, you continue to get that 20 BIP override. So really nice thing we've got going right now, and it's a great way for you to build up some additional income based on referrals and not having to specifically do business yourself. And it's a great opportunity for you to expand your income down the road. So definitely keep that in mind if you have someone you'd like to refer to IAMS. If you deal with one of our specific agents in-house, just give them their name. They'll go ahead and get that into the system. And then when they get contracted and start writing business, you will automatically get your override based on that. So do keep that in mind. We do continue to have our new producer bonus, and what that does is you can pick one of our valuable levels of production. You can pick something you would like to get out of that offering. So if you did $300,000 of premium the first 60 days of being contracted, you can choose the $2,000 of marketing reimbursement. You could choose the $1,500 gift card and go with the Social Security program. If you did $500,000 of premium the first 60 days, you can choose between the two different seminar coaching programs and also the Ritz-Carlton weekend package. So we do have a lot of different options for you based on your early production. Of course, the more production you do, the more valuable the prize would be for you. So great way to get on board and earn some additional incentives based on that. We have an excellent back office team. They do a great job on getting your business through the works. Once you submit something, they go ahead and review that business. They followed up from day one until the policy gets issued and you get paid. It's a great situation where we can get forms out to you if you need a special form for a client. Maybe you need the latest and greatest on the DOL. Maybe you need a suitability form. We'd be glad to get all that information in your hands. So we can send those via email. We can fax the information. We can overnight it to you. And a great way for you to get the information you need in a timely manner. We also have a design team. Their full-time job is creating information for you and your business. Maybe you want to change your logo. Maybe you want to create a website. Maybe you want to do some social media marketing via Facebook or via another aspect. We'd be glad to get that taken care of for you. I know Josh does a great job on that side. Tasia does a great job. So if you do have needs for your business, I would go ahead and give them a call. They can help you out with the website development. They can create social media lead programs for you and a lot of different avenues for you. We also have our paperless contracting. You can get on our website, which is www.imsinc.com. You can go on that website. You can go ahead and click on paperless contracting. You can get hooked up with as many companies you'd like. Maybe you want to get signed up with Fidelity and Guarantee and maybe one other carrier. You can go ahead and click on those companies, and then we would go ahead and get those licensing packets created and taken care of for you and get you hooked up with those companies. So really makes it easy on you. You don't have to keep on filling out additional paperwork. You can have one master set of paperwork and be able to use that to get licensed with different carriers. So do keep that in mind. As I mentioned, the creative team, they do a great job on changing the look of your company. Maybe you want to change your branding. It just depends on what you got going. They can do the personal website. They can do the Google information. They could do online, help you out with online newsletters. Maybe you want to change your logo, do some business cards, maybe send out some postcards to clients. They can really help you out with the turnkey solutions there. So if that's something you have some interest in utilizing, I would go ahead and give Josh a call or Tasia a call. They'd be glad to help you out with that side of it. I know we always have agents looking at new ways to get in front of clients, and this is a great solution for you as an agent trying to get more clients on board and be able to get updated information out to your clients. If you have a database that you use where you've got emails, doing a monthly email is not a bad idea. It does keep you in front of your clients on a monthly basis. Maybe you've got a special offering that month. Like F&G right now has a 3.1 rate guaranteed for 5 years. You could do an email blast on that. Maybe you want to announce, maybe if you're moving, you announce your new address. All kinds of different things you can use the email blasting, for your clientele. So do keep that in mind based on that feature we have. I know we've had a lot of agents using the team to design some new logos, put together some advertising programs, and really a nice program we're offering to the company. Our website, I know that we've had our website out there for a number of years. It's a great tool to use to do quotes. If you want to download forms, basically anything you want to get taken care of on your end, be glad to get that done. And I did have a question come up for training for individuals that are newer into the market. I know we typically do some videos. We do record a lot of our webinars. We do have a YouTube channel. If you go to the IAMS YouTube channel, we do have probably 40 or 50 different videos you can access and watch those online. We do have some short videos, 5 to 10 minutes. We also have longer ones that are in the half an hour, 45-minute range. Maybe you want to learn about, some selling techniques. I know we do weekly webinars with Dave Pemper, and great programs you can pick up based on those recorded webinars. So if that's something you do have interest in doing, I know we will be sending out a recorded version of this at the end of the webinar itself. And that way you can access information on the YouTube channel if you want to look at some different videos based on what we do have. We do have a long-term care quoting system on the website. We also keep our current interest rate sheets. Maybe you want to look up current rates with Fidelity and Guarantee. Maybe you want to look up a specific multi-year rate guarantee rate. We do have a lot of options based on what you need in the field. So be sure to use our website. I know we're going to be coming out with a newer version of our website here in the next couple of months, and that'll be going live probably sometime in this fall. So once we have that up and running, we'll go ahead and do an email blast on that. We do offer our Retirement Analyzer program. It's a great program to use with clients. It really gives you a good overall picture of their current financials. Maybe where they want to be in 5, 10, 15 years. It's got some great graphics. You got some pie charts, some good graphs you can use. You can plug in different features that happen in the future for a client. Maybe they go into a nursing home. Maybe their husband dies prematurely. I mean, you can plug a lot of information into this program, and it kicks out some really good information. So if that's something you have interest in utilizing, I would go ahead and give Marcus a call. He does a great job with that. He just needs to get some information on your client to be able to take care of that program. We do have our wealth management team. I know Charles Hiring Jr. is in charge of that. It's a RIA program we've kicked on board. So if you are planning on taking your 65 or have already taken your 65, that would be something you want to definitely take advantage of. I'm going to go ahead and kick a quick poll out here. If you do have interest in getting some additional information on the wealth management side of the business, just check off yes. And it's a great way for you to expand your business offerings to clients. You can be able to offer them mutual funds, different types of securities, and that we can wrap your hands around all their financial needs. You don't have to refer someone down the road where you could potentially lose that client to someone else. So this is something you may want to take a look at doing. I know with the DOL legislation in 2018, we're not sure exactly what they're going to require to work in the qualified market space. So having a Series 65 definitely could be to your advantage. Again, if you would like to get some additional information from Charles on the retirement wealth management side of the business, he'd be glad to go over that with you. I know our fees are very reasonable. We've got a really good platform of programs your clients can invest money in, and it's a great option for clients that want to have some of their money directly in the market, have other parts of their money involved in fixed strategies. Having both sides covered is definitely an advantage to you as an agent in the field. So once again, if you do have interest in getting information on that, just mark off yes on this. I'm going to leave this up for about another 20 seconds. We do meetings periodically. I know we have a wealth management meeting coming up the next 2 days. We'll probably have another one here before the end of the year. We're also going to be having our IAMS Life and Annuity Academy. That's coming up in September, the 6th through the 8th. If that's something you have interest in, we can go ahead and get you information on that also. But if you do have information, like to get some additional information on the wealth management side, just check off yes. I'm going to go ahead and close this poll up here real quick. And as I mentioned, we do life and annuity academies. We typically do about 3 a year. We do have one coming up in September. We have another one slated in November. The one in September is going to be our office here in Omaha. I know we do have some speakers coming in. If it's something you have some interest in attending, I'm going to go ahead and launch another quick poll here. We'll go ahead and get you signed up for that next meeting on that side. If that's something you have some interest in, just check off yes. I know the one in Omaha, you'd be coming in on Wednesday. It would start Wednesday evening around 6. It goes all day Thursday, and then Friday morning. I know we're going to be bringing in some really good agents that we have that work with us. Will be giving you some good sales ideas. Our annuity sales trainer, Dave Pimper, will be here. We're going over some software tools you can utilize in the field, including the Retirement Analyzer software program. We've got some great income comparison software programs and some other great accumulation side programs you can utilize also. So if that's something you have interest in, just mark off yes on the poll here. We do have a new individual just on board that works on the large life case side of the business. If you have a situation, maybe a buy-sell agreement or key man insurance, you're looking for the best option. I know Mike is a great resource for that. He's a great go-to man on that side of it. So if that's something you have some interest in getting some information on, be sure to give Mike a call in the office, and he would be glad to get that taken care of for you. Again, if you would like to get some information on upcoming academies, just mark off yes on the poll here. I'll leave this open for another 30 seconds. And we do pay for your transportation into the meeting. If you're flying or driving, we take care of that. We go ahead and take care of your hotel. You do have to be licensed up with at least one of our companies, and then we prefer you've done business before you attend. So we are going to be bringing about 35 individuals to this meeting in September, and the individuals that have written business will be in the front of the line, and those that have not written business will be behind them. So the best way to get on board is to get licensed and write business, and that week we can be more than happy to bring you into our next academy. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and close this poll up here. And then we do offer our next marketing summit meeting is going to be in February of 2018. Qualification does run through the end of 2017. It's a 4-day, 3-night package. We bring you out for the training, and it's going to be at the Boulders in Scottsdale, Arizona. Very nice location. We're going to be playing golf. We'll be having some meetings. We'll be having a really good time in February. And of course, Scottsdale is a much nicer place in February to be as opposed to Omaha, Nebraska, or a lot of your northern states. So that's something you have interest in qualifying for. Be sure to contact us. We'll give you the best way to get to the marketing summit and go from there. It is now time to get into the thick of things on the Retirement Pro annuity through Fidelity and Guarantee. I know Ryan has got an excellent presentation put together for you. Ryan Schneider is the Vice President and National Accounts Manager at Fidelity and Guarantee. He does a great job with the company, and I know he's got some great stuff to review with you. So I'm going to go ahead and change presenters here. Ryan, you are up and ready to roll.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Let me pull up my slides here.
Okay. How many years you been with Fidelity and Guarantee, Ryan?
I have been with the company for 5 years now.
Good. I know you guys have had a very successful year this year, and things are definitely growing at Fidelity and Guarantee. So
we absolutely have. Can you see my slides okay?
Yep, you're up and running.
Terrific, terrific. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. As Matt mentioned, the bulk of our presentation today will be focused on Retirement Pro, one of our newest FIA entries, but I'll also touch on some of the other specials and great product stories we've got going on right now as well towards the end of the presentation. So those of you familiar with Fidelity and Guarantee know we are a company pretty focused on product innovation. We are typically good for at least some great product enhancements every year, but also some new product launches like Retirement Pro. Now, Retirement Pro's about 1.5 years old at this point, but as we'll see here, it's a very innovative product, very versatile product, and has actually this year become our fastest growing FIA by sales, and is really going to crack into probably the top 3 or 4 of the FIAs that we offer currently. So as we talk about Retirement Pro, we'll talk about a few of the different things it offers. First and foremost, this is a product that is focused on performance-driven income. So as we'll see here, this is designed to offer extremely high caps tied to the S&P 500 that drive that income base and increase the client's potential for future income based upon market performance. To be able to offer those high caps, what we do on the account value side is offer guaranteed growth, initially 50 basis points for the first few years. But the great thing about this product is there is no fee whatsoever on it. So all the features and benefits we'll talk about, there are no fees. So this is a product where zero is no longer your hero. You're always going to have guaranteed growth in the account value side until you reach a certain point when those high caps I started talking about begin to drive that account value as well, and all start to drive extreme accumulation value as well. Thirdly, impairment protection. This is a client, and many of our products have this currently, is an impairment doubler. We know our retirees are always concerned about what would happen to me on a fixed income should I become impaired. We've got a great benefit built into this product to address that concern, again, for no fee to the client. And finally, the enhanced death benefit. This is a newer addition to Retirement Pro. This was not on when we launched. We added this about towards the end of last year, and this was coming right from the mouths of our advisors who love the product, but what would happen if the client passed away prior to triggering income as they planned? They lose all that income-based benefit growth. No longer with the enhanced death benefit addition. They are able to use that income base as a death benefit and pass that growth on to their beneficiaries if they don't get to use it themselves for income. So that's a snapshot of the Retirement Pro as a whole. So let's take a look at each of these in a bit more detail. First off, as I mentioned, First and foremost, this product is performance-driven income, tied to the S&P 500, an index that clients are familiar with, clients know, we're all more familiar with than some of the other indices out there, and we chose that on purpose. But if you notice, the caps are extremely, extremely strong on this. 14% annual point-to-point, 4.5 monthly, even a 4.5 fixed rate that is guaranteed for the 12 years of the contract. So as I mentioned, these are all initially driving that income base and that income base growth for the first several years until they begin to hit the account value. You'll notice there at the bottom, there's even a guaranteed floor of 3.5 compounded for a guaranteed minimum for the client. So the client knows if they fully allocated into the annual point-to-point and the market does 0, they've got at least 3.5%. So just to be clear, that's not 3.5 plus gains. That's 3.5 compounding floor. And at the end of the deferral period, when the client triggers income, we'll give them either the greater of the performance via the indexing up top or that 3.5 compounding each and every year. If I could make one more note here, back to the 4.5 fixed rate that's guaranteed for 12 years. Some of our advisors are even using this product as a no-fee guaranteed option. So the way this product works is that 4.5 fixed hits the account guaranteed every year until the client triggers income. So we know there's been some exits of the no-fee guarantee income products out there recently. Some of our advisors are using this 4.5 guaranteed roll-up with no fee to the client. So another option for this product for your clients.
Now, is there no limit on how long that can roll up for, Ryan?
It's guaranteed. Well, first of all, there is unlimited roll-up on this product. So they can roll this up as long as they'd like. With regard to the 4.5 fixed rate, that's guaranteed for just the initial 12 years of the contract, and it's subject to renewal thereafter.
Right, but the plan itself can roll up for 20, 25 years.
Exactly. Great point.
With no fee.
Correct. Unlimited roll-up with no fee. Now, as we move on to the account value growth, I mentioned to be able to drive and offer those high caps to the income base, the account value just gets a minimal initial crediting of 50 basis points up until that breakthrough period. And what we call that breakthrough is simply when that income-based value reaches 160% of the initial premium plus the bonus. So the great thing about this product is clients, based upon the initial premium they put in, they're going to know exactly what that value is. For example, if the client puts in $100,000, they get a 7% bonus, that's $107,000. 160% of that is $172 and change. So they know as soon as that income base crosses that threshold, then those high caps we talked about, 14% annual point-to-point, 4.5 monthly, begin to drive the account value as well. So minimal growth initially within the account value for the first few years of the contract. No fees again, so there's going to be no fee erosion of the account value. And then once you do get to that breakthrough period, that's when you really start to see the AV grow pretty significantly. And we'll take a look at that here as well. We talked about that impairment concern the clients have. What happens if I'm on a fixed income and I do fall ill and become impaired? We've got great peace of mind built into this product that allows the client, based upon 206 ADLs, if they lose those 206 ADLs, they will double their income payment for either the period of their impairment or until the account value is depleted to 0. So this is a great benefit that does not require confinement, one of the more client-friendly ones out there. Home health care does qualify, so the client does not need to be confined, and there's no 5-year limit on the payments, the doubling payments. Great thing about it is, if the client does deplete the account value based upon those withdrawals, it simply reverts back to the original payment. They continue on with those original payments for life. It's a great peace of mind there. And finally, I touched on the latest enhancement to this product, the enhanced death benefit. And this allows the client to take that income base as a death benefit with a cap of, on the growth of that, at either age 85 or 200% of the initial premium. So at the very max, the client's going to know that they can pass on double their initial premium onto their beneficiaries if they do pass away prior to triggering income. One of the great things about this is the traditional death benefit after triggering income, or what will be the account value, remains incredibly strong and offers a tremendous value to the beneficiaries as well. And we'll look at that in a little bit more depth here in a few slides. So that's the overview of the product and its high-level features and benefits in a nutshell. What I found is one of the most powerful ways to talk about the versatility and strength of this product is to kind of walk through a case study here. So here we've got John. John's age 60 and he's got a 401k balance of $100,000. So he wants to use this as an initial premium into the Retirement Pro, and he's looking to defer income for 10 years. So he's going to put that in the Retirement Pro and defer for 10 years before triggering income at age 70. So if we take a look at his income-based growth, now this is assuming the full allocation into the 14% annual point-to-point, you see some pretty significant growth over those 10 years. And if you look closely, that's even with a few flat years. Between years 1 and 2 and years 8 and 9, he got credited 0 on his income base, just based upon the performance of the S&P that year. But as you see, it grew pretty significantly to over $226,000. And if you're doing the math there, that's approximately a 7.8% roll-up year over year. Pretty strong indeed when we're talking about income-based roll-ups. So John at age 70 triggers income and gets that great guaranteed lifetime income payment of $12,474. So then we enter the what ifs of retirement. What if I become ill? We talked about that concern already here. If John does become impaired, loses those 2 of 6 ADLs, he can be receiving home health care again for those. He qualifies to double that payment of $12,474 to over $24,000, almost $25,000 in his greatest time of need when his medical costs are at their highest. And again, that doubler is going to continue until the account value is depleted to 0 through those withdrawals, or John does get better. At either point, however, he'll simply revert back to that $12,000 and change paycheck and continue receiving that for life. So great peace of mind to be able to increase their income at their greatest time of need. We talked about the enhanced death benefit. So John plans on deferring income for 10 years and then triggering at age 70. What if he passes away prior to that in year 8? As we talked about in year 8 in this scenario, and we'll take a look at all this stories within the illustrations that we offer as a sales tool, his income base would have crossed that $200,000 threshold, so he would be able to pass on that $200,000 as a death benefit to his beneficiaries, not losing all that growth over the previous 8 years, even though he wasn't able to trigger income. He does get to pass that on to his loved ones.
Is that paid out in a lump sum or a 5-year payout?
Great question, Matt. That is the income-based death benefit is a payout death benefit. So it's paid out over 5 or 10 years based upon the issue age of the client. If John's 70 years or younger, it can pay out over 5. If he's 71 or older, it would pay out over 10.
Okay.
And one of the more powerful scenarios that, again, speaks to the strength of this product, the versatility of this product, is what if John's plans played out just as he laid out, and he passes away at age 80? So we know John deferred income, ages 60 to 70, grew those funds, where he's taking a paycheck of $12,474. So let's say John takes that income over the next 10 years, from 70 to 80. He's taking out over $124,000 in guaranteed income. But then, unfortunately, John passes away at age 80. Let's take a look at that other death benefit. Now, remember, once you trigger income, that income-based death benefit is no longer available. The death benefit becomes the account value. But take a look at the remaining account value that's available for his loved ones as a death benefit. Over $93,000, really just shy of the initial payment, $100,000 he put in 20 years ago, for a total lifetime value for John and his family members of over $218,000. So how is that possible? A couple things due to the unique design of this product. One, and I touched on this and I'll hit it again, there's no fee on this product. So there's been no fee erosion of the account value over that past 20 years that's allowed that account value to remain strong. But additionally, I talked about once you cross that breakthrough threshold, those caps, those strong caps tied to the S&P, begin to hit the account value as well and continue to grow that account value pretty significantly, even as withdrawals are coming out. So that really drives the lifetime value that this product can offer. Should clients trigger income as needed, take that income, and then eventually pass away, due to the design of the product, that account value, which becomes the death benefit, is going to remain strong for some time. As I mentioned, this story is really told right here out of our illustrations. As you see to the left there, you see the 12,000 and change being drawn out each of the 10 years between 70 and 80. And if we highlight over the right, the account value that's remaining is that lump sum death benefit. Again, once you get to that account value death benefit, it's the lump sum that's passed on to the beneficiaries at $93,000. The final thing I'll hit on this illustration is in the middle of your page, you see a section or a number highlighted in blue. That is, as I mentioned, with the way that breakthrough works, 160% of the initial premium and bonus. We know exactly what that number is going to be for each client. So we highlight that point in the illustration for the client. So you may not be able to see this closely on your screen, but from that point forward on the account value, that's when those caps begin to drive the account value, and you really see it start to grow pretty exponentially. So finally, just to recap Retirement Pro, and no fees on this product, which really adds to the strength of it. 7% bonus in most states. There's an asterisk there. In some states where the product becomes a 10-year product, it is a 5% bonus. But again, built-in GMWB with unlimited roll-up, strong performance-based income, that built-in death benefit that allows you to take either the income base as a death benefit or that strong account value, and the built-in impairment doubler, all for no fee to the client. And it's currently selling with 8% street comp, which is great compensation to you all as well. So we talked about Performance Pro as primarily a performance-driven income product. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of the other products we've got on our slate, and it's great timing as well because we just recently enhanced this. Safe Income Plus is one of the other income solutions we've got available, and this is, as opposed to Retirement Pro, which is performance-based, Safe Income Plus is all about guarantees. 8% bonus, guaranteed roll-up of 7.25% compounding each year for 10 years, up to 20 if they restart. So this is, by comparison, great for a client who may not have as long a period of time to defer their income, or perhaps they're just not as market savvy. They don't believe the markets perform. They'd rather rely on guarantees for their income planning. And as you can see here from a snapshot, right out of our Safe Income Plus calculator, a really simple and clean and easy to use tool. A lot of our agents use this at point of sale. You can sit down in front of the client and show them their income base growing at that steady 7.25 each and every year, what their withdrawal payment would be each year, and talk through that income planning. And it'll even have that column there for the enhanced withdrawal payment. Mr. and Mrs. Client, should you fall ill at age 71, your income would double from $8,700 to over $17,000 at your greatest time of need. So just to recap, that Safe Income Plus is all about the guarantees, knowing exactly what your income would be at any given year. And again, Retirement Pro, this is skewing more ideal for perhaps a younger client or a client who's got a longer time for deferral and can allow that market to drive their income base and get them more of that upside potential.
What's your number one seller right now, Ryan?
Right now, it's Safe Income Plus. Safe Income Plus is our number one FIA, and it's really just based upon that simplicity around the guarantees and knowing exactly what the client's going to get. And as you see there on the screen, that offers the very same impairment doubler that we covered with Retirement Pro. 206 ADLs, home health care qualifies.
Are the new rates reflected on the software right now?
They are indeed. So they're available right now through SalesLink, our agent portal, for both that calculator and our full illustration software. So these rates are live and ready to roll, ready to illustrate, and ready to sell your clients.
Awesome. And then on the special rate you have going on the 5-year rate guarantee plan, the MYG,
yep.
What's the prognosis on that? Is it going to last another week or two, or?
Yeah, we don't typically put a deadline on that. We typically kind of track the premium that's coming in, and based upon the submission trends, we expect that to be around at least a couple more weeks or so. So
Good.
great product to, kind of a CD buster, 3.1% guaranteed for 5 years on our MIGA.
That's a great rate right now.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, appreciate your
So with
time,
that,
Ryan. And anything you'd like to close up with here this morning?
No, that's it. Certainly appreciate your time. I appreciate the IAMS partnership, Matt, and having us on. And to all you out there on the call, IAMS is a tremendous partner of F&G's. They have all the information on these products and more that you could require. So if you spark some interest here, please reach out to them, and they'd be more than willing to get you the information on it. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yep. Thanks, Ryan, and appreciate your time this morning. And if you'd like to get maybe a couple comparison quotes, maybe we'll look at the Safe Income Plus and look at the Retirement Pro side by side. We'd be glad to get those two quotes done for you. You can take a look at the guaranteed payments. You can take a look at the enhanced payments with the market returns, kind of see which one's going to work best for your client and go in that direction. We'd be more than happy to get that done for you. Get that done within a half an hour, get that right back out to you, and that way you'll have that available to your client. So appreciate everyone's time this morning. Everyone enjoy the rest of their summer. If you would like to get any additional information on the Retirement Pro, the Safe Income Plus, the 5-year rate guarantee annuity, we'd be more than happy to get that in your hands. And we look forward to helping you out with your next piece of business. And we look forward to helping your clients out down the road. Otherwise, I want to have a great week, and we will talk to you soon. Bye now.